Hey everybody, it's hwsteele, and today's January 26, 2021. 2021. I can't believe January's almost done already. That's incredible. It's gone by so quickly. So this is the last weekly video for the month of January, as we are currently in the last full week of the month of January. And I was thinking, as I was looking at the list here of videos I wanted to do for the weekly videos here on YouTube, I picked one out that had to do with Gann, and then I thought to myself, it would be a good idea to go ahead and do the last weekly video of each month, make it about Gann specifically. So I could turn that basically into Gann week. Not quite as impressive as Shark week probably, but still fun. So for now on, all the weekly videos I do, the last weekly video for each month will be something to do with Gann. So this week's video, I want to talk just briefly about Marie, the Angel of Mercy. Now, the monthly video membership series that I do over on Patreon, anybody who's become a member, the very first video they get is about Marie, the Angel of Mercy. So there's quite a few people who have actually already studied that, and I wanted to make this video something so people who were members would get an extra piece of information, but people who decided not to be members, people who aren't members, would also receive a very, very helpful tip in regards to Marie, the Angel of Mercy. So with that being said, let's go ahead and bring up Tunnel Through the Air here. And of course, Tunnel Through the Air, Gann's 1927 novel, where he supposedly hides all his trading secrets, his methodologies. I'm not sure he really hid everything in this book. I don't believe that he did, but he put a pretty good series of systems into this book, if you want to spend the time digging them out. So most people who study Gann and wind up studying Tunnel Through the Air are very familiar with Marie, the Angel of Mercy, which was Robert Gordon, the hero of this book's great airship that enabled him essentially to win the war. It was a super speedy ship that could fly around at 1,000 miles an hour, travel around the world, and had many weapons that he invented throughout the story, so forth and so on. I'm sure the majority of you who are actually interested in this already know all that. But one thing that I wanted to point out to you was that Gann in this book refers to Marie, the Angel of Mercy as Marie, the Angel of Mercy many times, but he also refers to it as the Marie a few times. So if we go to page 354, scroll all the way over here to 354, we can see the first time that it shows up in the book. Right here, page 354, in the second paragraph. It says, Supreme Commander Gordon went to New York on January 1st, 1932, leaving Colonel Morrison in charge in Detroit and ordering General Pearson to Detroit to hold the fort until he completed the test in New York. Supreme Commander Gordon, accompanied only by Colonel Edna Kenilworth, made the first flight in Marie, the Angel of Mercy, and there it is, given as the full 5-word title, ascended to a height of more than 20 miles and anchored the Marie, there it shows up as only the Marie in quotation marks, in the air. The new inventions were a perfect success, and the machine could rise to any height and anchor and remain as long as it was desired, and was absolutely invisible. Excuse me, this is the first time we see Marie like that. But then right here in the third paragraph on page 354, we see it shows up again. It says, he was now in position to construct a tunnel through the air from New York to Europe to sail the Marie in safety through it, then rise to a height of 20 to 50 miles over any of the cities, anchor, and start destruction. Then we find another instance of Marie in quotations on page 396. So let's scroll over there. And it is in the second paragraph also, here toward the beginning. It says, he told the President of France that he had brought with him on board the Marie one of his tunnel machines which he wanted to place in one of the tallest buildings, establish a tunnel through the air between New York and Paris so that their airships could pass in safety through the tunnel to New York, or if any of the officers in Canada wanted to come home, they could proceed to New York and travel through the tunnel to Paris. And then we have another instance on page 400, just a couple pages later here, in the second paragraph toward the bottom. It says he knew that Marie could rise to a height of 60 miles or more if necessary, and intended to fly at a height to which no enemy plane could ever ascend. And then the fifth instance that we're going to look at is also here on page 400, and it's in the third paragraph. It says Supreme Commander Gordon sent a message to his old hometown, Texarkana, Texas, that he would anchor there and give everybody a view of Marie the Angel of Mercy. When he arrived there, he circled over his own old home out near Red River, then sailed the Marie down State Line Avenue and anchored her in the air about 100 feet above the street. He turned on the lights and made the great ship visible so the people could see what had accomplished the great victory. Okay, so those are the 5 instances of Marie in quotation marks that I want to look at, or we're looking at in this video. See if you can find any more. But we're looking at these 5 instances right here. It talks about Marie anchored in the air 100 feet above the street. So it's talking about an altitude or a height. And then here in the second paragraph, he says, or Gann wrote, he knew that Marie could rise to a height of 60 miles or more if necessary. Then back on page 396, here in the second paragraph, it says the Marie, on board the Marie was a tunnel machine and wanted to place it in one of the tallest buildings. Another reference to height. Then back on page 354, the first time, ascend to a height of more than 20 miles and anchored the Marie. And the second time, it says he was now in a position to construct a tunnel through the air from New York to Europe and sail the Marie in safety through it, then rise to a height of 20 to 50 miles. So every time Marie shows up in quotation marks, we are seeing something to do with altitude or height. So that is the main point of this video. That's obviously very significant. And if you hadn't never noticed that before, then this is hopefully a very helpful hint towards working Marie the Angel of Mercy out, or at least this part of Marie out. So one last thing I want to point out about these 5 instances of Marie in quotation marks, and remember, see if you can find any more. That doesn't mean that they're there, but see if you can find any more. In these 5 particular instances, we have Marie showing up in the second and third paragraph the first time. The third instance, Marie shows up all by herself on the page only one time. And then the fourth and fifth instance again show up together on the same page in the second and third paragraphs. And out of the 5 instances shown, the only one that didn't talk about Marie, the Angel of Mercy, or Marie being at a specific height, it talked about the tunnel machine being in the tallest building. So that's the information that I wanted to point out to you. Hopefully you find it interesting and or helpful, and I will talk to you in next week's video. I hope everyone has a great week.